world. Welcome to episode 26 of the Ham Podcast, baby. This is Helmke. Hey, yo. And this is the guy that I like to consider the Shawn Michaels of podcasts,
Hell
everybody.
yeah. If I could do it, I'd be like, can't do it.
I'm just a sexy boy,
Yeah.
sexy boy. I'm not your
Boy,
boy.
toy.
Got you, baby.
Thanks.
That's
like
as
that
high
one.
as the voice goes. That's all I can do.
I think it's higher than what I can go, so I like that.
But, before we begin, you notice I said something as we started, right? I said, hey, yo, Chico. R.I.P. to a legend.
Oh, yes. I was like, what?
Yes. Before we talk about our week, R.I.P. to a legend. That's the way I wanted to start the show. Rest in peace, Scott Hall.
Yeah, man.
Man with the plan. I mean, whether or not he was really Puerto Rican, I don't know. But that was his main character, Razor Ramon. Hey, yo, Chico.
Oh, man.
Too thick. So rest in peace to Scott Hall.
Dude, yeah. I remember watching him wrestle a long time. Man, it's just crazy, too, like, because after the wrestling's over, it's just, oh, man. But,
yeah,
drug use and everything. But, yeah, rest in peace. Wish he could have been around longer, but it was, when he was there wrestling, it was nice to see him.
Oh, yeah. So before we get too far into that, how has your week? We've actually been off an extra week, Mike.
How have our 2 weeks been?
Yeah, so, I mean, we had to take a week off. But yes. How's your 2 weeks been?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, we had to take it because of me. I was doing some stuff here around the house that I had to fix up.
Manly duties.
But it's been good, and 2 weeks went by quick. Now we're here again on this Friday, so I'm excited, ready to go.
Hell yeah, we are back. Well, I'm glad you've had a good 2 weeks.
How was your 2 weeks?
My 2 weeks, it was a long 2 weeks for me. It felt like it went by slow, but you know what, baby? We are here, we are back, and we are about to go ham.
Hell yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yes. So talk to me, man. How's everything else been? We're talking about Razor Ramon. Yep. Do you have a favorite Razor Ramon match or Scott Hall moment? Not even a match, just a moment.
I don't have a moment. I mean, there's too many because there's just too many. But I used to love all the wrestling he did, but all like the side statements he would make. When he was, I think it was NWO, right?
Yeah.
Roller. Yep. And but yeah, there's too many. I mean, I don't have a favorite. I don't have a goal. You?
I think my favorite was I would have to say when he came out as NWO for the first time. Because, I was such a big – I mean, back then when I was young, I loved wrestling. So I'd watch, what was then WWF, right, WWE now, and WCW. So you have Monday Night Raw and you have Monday Night Nitro. And so the first time I saw him come out as NWO and all black, and I was like, whoa. I said, Razor Scott Hall's on WCW. I was like, whoa. That was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, there's too many. I wish I could tell you if what's my favorite, but there's way too many. I mean, yeah. Oh, here I can put this for anyone later. It's on the Bleacher Report for anyone that wants to look at this later. There's a lot of cool pictures, a lot of cool videos of him wrestling and him being him. But I mean, there's just too many.
Oh yeah. Real quick before we go on, guys, just so you know, I am battling horrible allergies right now. Horrible allergies. So if you see me with the little Kleenex kind of wiping at the nose, I am COVID free. It's just I've got really bad allergies and my pill is not working. I might have to get different allergy pills. So I apologize for that. And what up, Pluto IL? We are out here.
What up, Pluto?
Welcome. Hello.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought I was missing something here, but I'm good.
Hell no. Mike never misses a thing.
Nope.
Ain't that right?
That's right.
So talk to me, man. Where do you want to go first, Mike? What you want to hit up?
Well, let's start with the crazy, obvious Titan and mega organization right now, which is the NFL.
Okay, let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's jump right in with that because there's a lot that we've missed in the past 2 weeks. This offseason has been kind of insane. I think more than usual. And I thought last year was pretty big, but this year I think it's a lot more. I'm gonna say worse, but that's not worse. That's a good thing. But it's huge. I mean, there is just so many trades going on, so many new faces and new names going to different places.
Yes.
And dude, it is freaking insane. I mean,
so if you don't mind, right? If you don't mind, Mike, let's start with. So we got two people in here right now that I see, right?
Yeah.
So first off, Pluto IL, welcome. Like I said, and don't lie. The gym turned off his music during the workout to turn us up, and I love it. Let's start with their two favorite teams, right?
Okay.
So Pluto IL is a Raiders fan.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's ecstatic right now.
Hey, Davante Adams,
dude,
what?
Nuts, dude.
What?
Okay, for one, they used their franchise tag Green Bay did on him, and then all of a sudden they were like, "We're going to trade you," and I was like, "Okay."
Well, he turned down the franchise tag, is what happened.
I thought they couldn't turn that down.
Yeah, a player can definitely turn it down.
Is that new now?
It's been like that. But most players take it because it's such a large amount of money for 1 year. Because I think for him, he was set to make $31 million by just a 1 year franchise tag. But I think he knew what he wanted and he turned it down. And he's going to go play with. A lot of people don't remember this and they don't realize this.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Carr was his quarterback in college.
That one, me and we were talking about that, and I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, you do see one, I didn't know that players can turn it down because I don't think I've ever seen a player turn it down, like you were saying, because it's large money.
Yeah,
and two, I didn't know that, but a lot of players, players now are seeing that the connection of two players in college transitions to the NFL quite nicely. So for them to do that, I think it could be a really good thing.
Here's what I love, though. So last year, Derek Carr shot his shot and told Davante Adams before last season started, "Hey man, come to Las Vegas, come be a Raider. I'll do anything. I'll even buy you a car." So yesterday, Davante Adams came out and said, "Hey, I remember what Derek told me last year, so I'm feeling a little Ferrari-ish right now." So he's already thinking about having Derek Carr buy him a Ferrari.
Oh, really?
So Derek Carr, I know you're a pretty frugal guy. Get ready to spend some money, my man. Your buddy wants his Ferrari.
So supposedly I'm getting something about our stream. I guess the settings I changed earlier. I guess I didn't like it.
Okay.
That's not good.
So a little technical difficulties. It looks good on my end. I mean, the stream looks fine here.
Did it kind of like skip a little bit or look like it was lagging a few moments ago?
No, not to me, sir.
No? Okay.
No.
Oh, right now, is it lagging for you on your stream?
No.
Maybe it's just mine.
Could be. I don't know. I'm not sure. But you know what they say?
Okay.
The show must go on.
True.
Right? So Raiders get Davante Adams, right? Which they sorely needed a number one wide receiver.
True.
Because now they have some. I mean, yes, Waller's there, but he's a tight end, right? And it's hard to make your tight end your number one wide receiver. So, okay, so Pluto did say it did in the beginning a little bit, but it's good now.
Oh, that's probably when I was turning on that thing. Remember I told you may see a little? Yeah. So that's probably earlier.
You need to stop turning things on and off, Michael. No,
I'm sorry. I should just close down everything I had open for a while today, so hopefully that will fix things too.
Got you. So they got their number one wide receiver, Davante. They've got a great tight end. I think Waller's a great tight end. He's a mismatch, for any defense. So they got Waller. They've got Derek Carr, right? So now Derek Carr, you got to deliver, my man. You got to deliver. Now let's jump. Go ahead.
Do you think he will?
If the offensive line gives him time, I think he can deliver. I think Derek Carr's a good quarterback. I think he can even potentially be a Super Bowl quarterback.
Okay.
I'm not saying a Tom Brady with 6 or 7. I'm not saying a Troy Aikman with 3. That's not what I'm saying. But I think he can definitely get one with the good team, right? We know that the defense is good. They played lights out. And and I'm sorry, Pluto's correct. They also got Renfro, and they got Josh Jacobs. So they're loaded on the offensive side, right? But as we saw last year with the Cowboys, that doesn't always mean a good thing, right? Cowboys had CD, Amari, Gallup, Cedric Wilson, Ezekiel Elliott, Dalton Schultz, and we laid an egg. Now, granted, we had some injury problems, right? We didn't have Gallup most of the year, but I don't even want to talk about that, right? Cowboys are the Cowboys. Forget them. Fuck them. They're making me mad right now. They haven't done shit in free agency. But let's jump to Don't Lie's favorite team. They got a new quarterback.
Yes.
And they decided that it is not time for the future. I thought when they got rid of Carson Wentz, it was time for the future. I thought it was Sam Ehlinger time, Mr. Longhorn himself. I thought they were going to come out and say, Sam's our man. But no, they're trying to win a Super Bowl now. And they picked up, tell them who they picked up, Mike.
Wait, sorry, who's this?
Oh, buddy. The Colts.
Oh, you're talking about Matt Ryan?
Matty Ice.
Yeah,
Ice
Matty Ice.
Yep.
See, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I like that one. I mean, don't get me wrong. Matty Ice is a good quarterback. I don't think he is the same as he used to be. But I was kind of hoping. Who did I want? I wanted somebody else to go there, and I can't remember who it was. You gotta give me some time. I couldn't think of that.
Okay.
But I mean, I think he's still going to be good there. Could he take him to the playoffs? Possibly. I mean, he's not great on getting out of the pocket very well. So, like, if they swarm him, basically it's a sack.
They've got a very good offensive line with the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts, that's their strong suit, is their offensive line, right? So they gave Carson plenty of time to get rid of the ball. You got probably one of the best guards in the league in Quentin Nelson, one of the better centers in the league. They got 2 good tackles, right? And they're a young offensive line, so they're not old vets where they maybe wear down. They're young, so and they got JT, who I thought should have been the MVP of the season.
True, that is true.
So he's got a good offensive line. He's got a damn good running back. The only area I'm concerned are his receivers.
Yeah, they're not the greatest. I don't know. I guess you know what, that would have been a good one too. They went after is a quarterback. Okay, Matt Ryan, he's gonna do good, but maybe a star receiver, maybe. But they haven't even done that yet.
And there's still guys out there, right? You still got Odell Beckham who hasn't signed.
I know people were saying that they wanted him to be a Cowboy, but I'm like, I don't want him to be a Cowboy.
Yeah. You got Jarvis Landry, who's still a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really shined since he's been back with the Browns, like what, 2 or 3 times already.
But who has shined with the Browns, bro?
True.
Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, they have a new quarterback now. We'll go there later.
Besides Nick Chubb, besides Nick Chubb, who has really shined with the Browns, right?
I mean, the Browns are due, because I figured like the Browns were going to do something great. I didn't expect the Colts to do as good as they did, but they did great. I mean, their running back, I mean, Jesus.
I mean, hey, Jonathan Taylor coming out of Wisconsin was a beast. I didn't expect him to produce quite like that at such a young age, but I knew he was going to be good. Who a lot of people thought was excelling, and I kept telling y'all, wait till it gets crunch time, was Carson Wentz. I said, he's not that guy. He'll do good for you during the regular. And I said it here on the show. I said, he'll do good for you during the regular season, but wait till it comes crunch time, and he's going to show you who he is. He's going to show you old Carson's.
Dude, right? I even bet that Carson's going to take him. I think they needed to win that last game to get into the playoffs, and then they didn't. And I was just like, oh, dang it.
Yeah. So don't lie. Good point, right? Yes, they do need another receiver, but MPJ caught for 1,100 yards his rookie year. And now, from what I understand, they just lost Pasquale. Their second best receiver, and Pasquale's leaving.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So yeah, I saw that the other day. I forget who he was in talks with. I think it was the Eagles. I think he's in talk with the Eagles. So you lose Pasquale, I mean that's another receiver you're down, right? And if you're just a running team, guess what teams are going to do? They're going to load the box on you.
Yep, because you got no one to throw it to.
Yep. So they got to pick up some receivers, man. All right, but let's move on to the one you were just talking about, the old Browns. Talk to him, Mike.
I'm sure everybody knows this trade. Deshaun Watson, of course, he's now a Brown, and I don't think they've released Mayfield yet, right?
They have not released Mayfield, which is weird because he's asked to be released and they've denied him.
Well, yeah, they originally denied him because they had not, I guess, signed Deshaun Watson yet. Now that they signed him, there's been no talks about, hey, is Mayfield going to get traded? I know Mayfield wants to be traded now, like even more than he did before.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like where I actually thought New Orleans would have been a good spot for him, but I think they're going to stick with Mariota. I think he's there. If I was reading some stuff correctly, I want to say he was there.
No. Who did Mariota sign? Is it New Orleans that he signed with?
I thought it was.
Because they re-signed Jameis Winston as well. So the Saints re-signed Jameis, but I know Mariota went somewhere. I don't remember where off the top of my head, but I know he went somewhere. I thought Baker, after Seattle got rid of...
He was the Falcons, sorry.
Yeah, he went to the Falcons.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to go to Seattle, Baker, after they traded Russell Wilson away, because now they don't really have a true quarterback. Yeah, they got the young kid in Drew Lock, right, that they got in the Denver trade. But, I mean, let's be real, right? Is that going to be their number one guy in Seattle? Is that the heir apparent to what Russell Wilson did? I don't think it is.
No. I mean, I still think Mayfield is a great QB. We'll just have to see where he goes. So let's see what's going on in the chat here real quick.
X-Space 8. So he thinks they're waiting for Watson's legal things to completely clear up before letting him go.
Oh, that's right, because they're saying that he could be suspended for like 6 games, but they're not.
I don't see how, though. I don't see how they can suspend him for 6 games. And I think that was one of the brilliant things he did. First of all, let me just say this. Either Deshaun Watson is extremely smart, or he has one of the best PR teams out in the business. Because the way they kept him away from cameras, they kept him off of the scene for an entire season.
Yeah.
You did not see Deshaun Watson anywhere, right? And then did you see his press conference today?
No, I was going to watch the video and then I got sidetracked, but I know he had one. I didn't see it.
Clean cut, nice suit, no jewelry on. No earrings, no chains, no nothing. Not even earrings.
I know
So they're presenting clean-cut Deshaun Watson, which is so smart. Yeah, so smart. So his PR team, kudos to you. But I don't think they're... I mean, yeah, they may be keeping him in case he's suspended by the league. But the league supposedly did their own interviews already. They didn't find nothing. Right? But he sat out the year. Why? So in case the suspension comes, hey, I already sat out a year.
Yeah.
Because of that. How are you going to suspend me 6 more games when I sat out an entire season? So that was smart on his part.
But plus, even if, let's say he's acquitted and there's no charges, there's nothing, how can you suspend him if there's nothing?
Well, those have been dropped.
I know, but
there is no case.
But the NFL will still do it just because they're the NFL. Like, there's nothing there, but like, you know what? Since you were... blah, 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 in the media because we're going to suspend you. I mean, they do some weird crap.
I get it, but here's my conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy guy, right?
Yes. Talk to me.
So, the coach from the Dolphins that got released, right?
Oh, yes, yep. Mm-hmm.
What did he claim? The league doesn't want a black, an African-American coach, So what better way to try to get back in the favor of the minority group by, hey, Deshaun, we know you sat out all last year. We're not going to resuspend you. You're good. Just stay out of trouble, please, Deshaun. Right? So I think you're going to see something like that because they got to do something to make up for what happened, right? They can't have that, gleaming on them still. So
true. That's true.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't face any suspensions. I hope he doesn't. I mean, look, even in today's press conference, one of the statements he made is, I'm glad this is just about all over. I never violated or touched or did anything. I don't remember the exact words. I'm paraphrasing, to those 22 women. So he doubled down today. He said it again.
Well, I
did not do a thing to them.
But that's the right thing to say. Let's say even if he did, all of the women, they're all settled, so they can't say nothing. So even if it was true, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, the only thing that's pending now is the civil cases, which he's going to have to pay some money.
Oh, of course.
He's going to have to pay some money to these women.
It's the hush-hush money.
Yeah, and I think that's another reason. I think, and again, if this is his team that did this, kudos to the Deshaun Watson team. Kudos to his what do they call him? His agent. Is they gave him a raise. The Cleveland Browns upped his contract from what he had with the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I wouldn't be surprised if Deshaun's agent's like, hey man, we're gonna have to pay these ladies off with these 22 civil suits.
Oh, we need more money.
We need more money. You want us to come to Cleveland? We need more money right off the bat, so we can use that to pay him off, and he'll still have his regular contract. And we're all yours. Because why else would the Browns give him so much money and he ain't played it down yet? They don't know if he's going to be suspended yet. But you gave him a raise already? Come on now.
I mean, it could all be a perfect situation. And like you said, his team has done an amazing job. So whatever happened, we'll have to see how it finishes out. If he gets suspended or if he doesn't get suspended, what happens to Baker, where Baker's going. And I think Don't Lie was saying maybe Texans for Baker Mayfield. I could be wrong on that. I just thought Texans, so I wasn't sure. But
no, I don't want that asshole in Texas.
I mean, I don't care. He's not on the Cowboys, so he can go to Texans.
I'm sorry, man. I am a Baker hater. I have not liked Baker since he started at Texas Tech. Then he went to Oklahoma. I've never been a Baker fan. Never been a Baker fan. So
you probably like the other guy from A&M way back in the day. Did the money with his fingers. That was your favorite QB?
I didn't mind him because he never played the Longhorns. Johnny Manziel?
Yeah,
I didn't mind Manziel. He never played my Longhorns, so we were okay. But had they played the Longhorns, I would have said, F Johnny Manziel too. Jeez. I would have said, break his little fingers.
And so keeping on with the NFL theme, of course, we do know that Aaron Rodgers officially signed his contract as well. And then, of course, we know Davante Adams left, which we had already talked about. But then he has another receiver that's gone. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He's now going to be a Chief. And now going with the Chiefs, man. Tyreek Hill is gone. He's going to the Dolphins. I'm just like, what is going on with the Chiefs? And then,
more to that.
JuJu Smith-Schuster is now a Chief too.
Yeah, and there's something more to this Chief story, man.
Something's happening.
Because did you see what Tyrann Mathieu, the Chief safety, put out on Twitter?
I did not.
He said something like, egos can ruin a person. Keep your ego in check. And this was the day after Tyreek was traded.
Oh, okay.
So then somebody was like, oh, looks like this coming from the guy who has the biggest ego? And then there was no response. So it's very odd that Tyrann would say something about their number one receiver that they just lost. I mean, when they seem to be, a happy-go-lucky family with the Chiefs. So it's a little bit odd. I think there's some stories, some backstories there on why Tyreek's gone. Why else would you trade a young star like Tyreek Hill? They weren't a cap, situation, right? They weren't trying to save money. They'd already signed JuJu while they still had Tyreek. So they could have had Tyreek, JuJu, Travis Kelce. They still had Nicole Hardman. So there was really, money-wise, no reason to get rid of them. So what's the Kansas City Chiefs? What's the real reason?
True.
Why'd y'all really let the cheetah go?
I would say outside of Travis Kelce, I think he's their number one receiver, even though
he is now.
Well, no, I even think he was before. I think Tyreek Hill was the second best, just out of how many catches, crunch time moments. I would say it was Travis Kelce, and then of course you had Tyreek Hill, which is the fastest guy in the NFL, speed guy. I mean, yes, he had great hands. Now, is he more just a deep threat? More likely, I mean, more than getting into the heart of the defense. Yes, but he's still really great. He makes defenses worry about him.
Yes,
but I do wonder why did they trade him? Why? You have to.
I was trying to explain that to somebody at my job, right? Gentleman who feels he knows he's the end all be all to sports. I mean, first of all, the guy lives off of ESPN Classics. All he does is watch old. He'll watch a game from like 1987. We have TVs at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll put on a 1987 like Miami University versus Nebraska, and he's like, "I remember number 75. He was good." Boy, shut your mouth up. You don't remember. I don't know who number 7, but the guys, he feels he knows everything about.
I know the number. I don't know the name. I know the number.
Yeah, don't lie. You know who I'm talking about. So he was talking to me, and as soon as the trade came out, we were at work. He goes, "Oh, that's it. Chiefs are done. Chiefs are done. They'll never be the same." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
No, I don't see that. No.
Exactly. And I said, "What are you talking about?" I go, first of all, with Tyreek Hill, yes, he's fast, but he wasn't the best route runner.
No, he wasn't.
He got open a lot of the times because he was fast.
Yeah.
And that's why Patrick Mahomes had to throw these crazy passes because Tyreek wasn't running the right routes.
Yep.
So it's like he wasn't the best route runner. I mean, apparently, maybe he had a bit of an ego based on what Ty Matthews saying, right? So it's interesting. Go ahead, what you gonna say, my dude?
I forgot because I was agreeing with everything you were just saying. No, but yeah, no, but I do agree. He's not the best route runner. Does he have hands? Yes. Does he have the best hands like Travis Kelce? No. Now I would say JuJu is going to be great for that role. Route runner, great hands. Marquez Valdez Scantling, I don't know because yes, he did okay in Green Bay. I'm not gonna say he was like an all-star, but he had great moments.
Yeah.
But if you could have kept Tyreek Hill, that'd have been great. I would say get rid of Hardman if this was me, and there was no ego. Get rid of Hardman, but put JuJu in instead. Then that would have been an awesome trio right there. In my eyes.
The only thing I don't like about JuJu right now is the last couple seasons he's been very injury prone. So you don't know if you're going to get JuJu from 4 years ago, where he was very good, one of the top up-and-coming receivers in the league, or you're going to get JuJu the last 3 seasons where he's missing, 4, 5, 6 games because of injuries, and then he never really plays healthy all year.
I think you'll get the 4 year ago guy because he's not trying to be the number one guy. We know who number one is. It's Travis Kelce. So now it makes him able to do what he did 4 years ago before he was number one.
Here's the bigger story.
Okay, bigger story.
We all know who the TikTok master of the Kansas City Chiefs is.
Who's that?
That's Mahomes' brother.
Oh,
Jackson
yeah,
Mahomes.
yeah. Uh-huh.
We also know that JuJu is a big TikTok guy.
Okay.
So when is the JuJu Jackson Mahomes TikTok duo coming out? That's what I want to know. How long is it going to take to get JuJu and Jackson Mahomes to do a TikTok? I'm going with 2 weeks into spring training.
We'll see because I remember reading that his brother didn't even go to, I think, his bachelor party, and I don't know if he even went to the wedding or even was invited.
Also, there was somebody had a camera in a club where Jackson Mahomes was bartending.
Oh God, I would not want to drink from that guy. Just saying.
You could tell he was being trained. The girl was showing him how to work the register. So obviously, he's probably not even being given a lot of money right now. That Mahomes allowance has stopped if he's out here bartending. So he fucked up.
The only thing he can get me is a beer because he doesn't have to make it. If I need a drink, I need another bartender, please.
I tell him straight out, as you're handing me that beer, I need to see a TikTok dance, bitch. I need to see a TikTok dance.
You're dumb. All right?
And if you don't, I'm going to call your manager right now.
Now, of course, also, I know we had talked about it podcast before we missed last week.
Yeah,
it wasn't official at the time. Troy Aikman. Remember, we were only saying that Troy Aikman may go to ESPN, but now it's official that Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are going to be ESPN analysts on Monday Night Football. So that is official. And I was hoping Joe Buck would come with them because they were a great pair together. And I enjoy them over the other people that were there.
But it's interesting, right? Because this is their big duo now.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that they're going to cut the whole Peyton Eli Monday Night Football thing on ESPN too? Because you don't really want to steal viewings from your new main host who you just paid a lot of money to, right? Because Peyton and Eli were drawing views on ESPN2 for Monday Night Football. So Are they going to allow that to happen still? Or is it like, hey, we have Troy Aikman, Joe Buck. These are our money guys. Eli Payton will find something else for you to do, but these are our money guys.
I guess it depends on the contract where they sign, or you could be like Troy Aikman, I don't care, you paid me already. You can leave him on there, whatever. Or maybe people would watch both because they want to hear some of like what Peyton Manning and his brother were doing Eli, but then of course they still want to see what the official, I don't know. People could be doing that.
I'll be honest, I think Peyton and Eli are must-watch TV, man. I think they're hilarious. And they're both students of the game. They know exactly what they're talking about. So, but they don't mind throwing the funny in there. Anytime you can get Eli to throw the double birds on live TV is a great time, right? Eli over here flicking off the camera with double birds. You got Peyton letting out curse words, so
I think
it's hilarious.
They say I can't fucking hear or something like that.
Yeah. He goes, I can't fucking hear shit.
Yeah. I mean, so I do like watching them, but I can only watch so much because I feel like I'm watching them more than I'm watching the game. So I go back to the regular broadcast. Then I go back because I feel like those broadcasts before sucked. I'm like, I'm going to go back.
I actually watch them when it's two teams that I can care less about. When it's not really, because that happens sometimes on Monday Night Football. You get two teams that either suck or you really don't care. So that's when I watch the painting. But when it's the two teams where I'm like, oh, this is a good game. Or, of course, if my Cowboys are playing, then I'm sticking with the boring announcers because I'm paying more attention to the game.
Yeah, it's always about the Cowboys, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, right. I know they don't always win, but.
Right. How about them Cowboys?
I want them to win. Hey, why don't the Cowboys do shit during like all these trades, off-season stuff? Like, what the hell? I mean, we let go of Cooper for nothing.
For some draft picks. We let him go for some draft picks.
No, like crappy draft picks. It wasn't like number 1 or number 2. It was like
fourth round. Yeah. We lost Randy Gregory. Well, the Randy Gregory thing is interesting to me because it comes out, hey, Cowboys offered him this much for this many years. And then all of a sudden, 3 hours later, he signed with the Broncos. It's like, what the fuck happened? How you get fired on your day off? Like, what?
Well, I don't even think he got fired. I think he
told them. He didn't get fired, but
I think they told him or he told them I'm going to do this, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, I'm backtracking. I mean, like, what the hell?
And I'm sorry, I don't think the Broncos are going to be that good this year.
I don't know.
Everybody's doing. Oh, they're Super Bowl contenders now that they got Russell Wilson. No, stop it.
Nope.
Stop it. Nope. You're hurting my head, people. All these so-called NFL experts on NFL Live, sometimes your thoughts ain't worth the shit, all right?
True.
Jumping to conclusions worse than my last girlfriend did, right? Talking about, they're Super Bowl contenders now. No, they ain't. No, they ain't.
No, they ain't.
They ain't.
What's up, Dallas? And I agree, Space Ape. I mean, I'm a little upset Cooper's gone.
What's up, Dallas?
But I mean, at the same time, he was starting to turn into a diva this season. Like, I'm not getting the ball enough.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought at the beginning of the year we were all a team player. It doesn't matter how many catches I get, and then all of a sudden I need the ball more. I mean, contradicting yourself, but whatever.
What frustrates me is my two favorite teams never do shit during free agency: the Cowboys and the Spurs. Neither one of my teams ever make a splash in free agency, and it just breaks my heart.
Don't get me on the Spurs.
When I see all these superstars signing with all these freaking teams, and my two favorite teams are like, nah, we're good. We're just gonna stay where we're at. We're all right.
Yep.
Oh, you're good.
Yep.
Hey, we're gonna go to re-sign our punter. Yeah. Hey, we got our punter back.
Yeah.
Or
Cowboys did sign a long snapper, which I don't even know who he is, but sure.
Like, come on. Like, now, granted, our punter, Pro Bowl punter, so those are hard to find. So I'm glad we didn't let him go, right? But you still got, like I said, OBJ. And I'm not saying I want OBJ, but you still got OBJ. You still got Bobby Wagner, linebacker out there.
But if OBJ could help, I wouldn't say no, but I don't care either.
And then one of our most needed positions, corner. You still got the best corner in the league out there in Stephon Gilmore. He's available. He's a free agent. And we have not made him one offer. Stephon Gilmore is available. Imagine that. You got Diggs on one side, Gilmore on another. You still got Anthony Brown who can play the slot, right? Mm-hmm. It's like that would help our secondary. And here we are like, Is there any more kickers out there? No more kickers. Damn. All right. Oh, we'll wait. We'll wait. Like, come on now, man.
Was it Gilmore that said he wanted to be a Cowboy?
Yes, it
Okay,
was
yeah.
Gilmore.
I mean, why not pick him up if he's? I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, and then the Bobby Wagner thing, from what I understand, he doesn't want to come to Dallas. Which to me, he's always been a fucking hater. Bobby Wagner, excuse my French, right? Bobby Wagner's always been a bitch in Seattle. He's always hated the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure he's the one that injured Romo's back. Bobby Wagner, I hate him.
You know what? Yeah, I'm agree with Dallas. I really don't care too much for Brown. He made a lot of mistakes also this year. I mean, he did good as well, but he did make some mistakes as well.
Both our corners did. How are you the number one corner in the league with the most interceptions, but then you go and you give up the most damn yardage?
Because he's only just a catch corner. He's not
a cover corner.
There you go, cover corner. Thank you. I can't think of it.
Well, guess what you need in the NFL? You need damn cover corners.
Well, I hope he practices that this offseason. I need to learn how to cover. I got the hands. Trust me, there's a lot of plays that he probably could have made better, like with the interceptions is what I mean. Yes, cover two. Not cover two like the defense, but he could have covered them better to maybe have more interceptions. He just needs to be a better cover corner.
Yeah, and the thing that always gets me is every time he gets burned, you see him look at the safety like, what happened?
Yeah.
No,
you got burned.
Blew your coverage. Yeah.
You got burned.
You blew your coverage, Diggs.
Like, there was one game where he had an interception, and then, like, the very next set of plays on the other team, they scored on him. Just like, yeah, he had this great hype interception play, and then you just let him score. Like, okay.
Yeah, I'm concerned for our Cowboys, man. I don't even want to talk about them no more. Look, I've already gone into the season for the last 10 years saying, hey, let's just make playoffs. Like, Cowboys, get me to the playoffs. Like,
we made it.
Yeah, and anything can happen. And guess what? Anything did happen this year. We got our ass beat.
Yeah, we lost.
We got our ass beat again to a team that we should have beat at home.
And we didn't play until, like, the second half of their quarter.
Yeah, and then we decided to call a running play up the middle of the field with no timeouts left when there's only like 14 seconds. And Dak is not a fast quarterback. You know, he ain't running no 4.40. You know, he's rumbling down the field. In the words of my favorite, he's a rumbling, tumbling. You know, it's like, come on, buddy.
He had okay speed until he got hurt, and then he slowed it down because he didn't want to get hurt again. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's not his fault. That's the coach's fault for calling that play. That's another thing. I thought we were going to get rid of our head coach. Bye.
Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't say it was his fault. I mean, the players didn't play in my eyes. I don't think it was the coach's fault. I mean, our defensive coach did great. I mean,
yes, but all year, Mike, all year.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a time where you said, "Man, what's his damn name for our head coach?" See, I don't remember his damn name now.
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy. Tell me a time where you said, "Damn, Mike McCarthy won that game for us." You can't.
Well,
you can say our defensive coordinator did. You can say our offensive coordinator did. True. But you can't say
Mike McCarthy. Not even offensive coordinator. Well, or offensive play caller. What's his name? Something more? Or is it more?
Kellen Moore.
He can go. I mean, he calls some good plays and he calls some like stupid plays. Nothing in between.
Well, we signed. Here's one thing that we signed is a what do they call it? Like a special. I forget what they call it, man. It's not a coach. You're not like. You're an advisor, like a special advisor, which is they hired the Shanahan. I'm sorry. Schottenheimer. I think it's Schottenheimer they hired. The Cowboys did, which is an offensive guru.
Yeah,
you know.
I did read something about that, but not a lot on it.
Yeah, so they hired him as a special, you know, advisor to give knowledge. So hopefully he gives Kellen Moore some knowledge on how to call fucking plays. Hopefully he gives Mike McCarthy knowledge on not how to look like the damn penguin on the sidelines and actually coach. It's like, Jesus, Mike McCarthy, can you look any fatter? Can you look any fatter on the sideline, McCarthy?
He did lose some weight. God.
And then he found it.
You're dumb. Well, you know, we're talking about egos and, you know.
I know I got one. I'm sorry.
No. We're people's feelings being hurt and everything. What about Jorge Masvidal's feelings being hurt after his fight.
Oh, man. You want to talk about a bitch.
And then he went to go look for Colby Covington at a restaurant to go cause some drama.
Here's the biggest thing about this, bro, is it's coming out now, is that the Nelk boys, they're saying that the Nelk boys might have set him up. Might have set up Colby. What? So the Nelk boys, they're known. They originally started some YouTube videos where they would pull pranks and stuff like that. Then now they have the Happy Dad Seltzer. They're at all the UFC fights. They sit front row with Dana White. They're huge, man. Steve will do it. He's like a younger version of Jackass. You know, he does all this crazy shit.
I don't know them at all. I'm going to look them up.
Yeah, they have their own podcast, and they're real popular with MMA fighters, especially UFC right now, because they're the ones that did Howler Head whiskey. You see the logo on the mat, the Howler Head, the yellow and red.
You know what? Yeah. I did see that. Yeah.
So that's theirs. They're the ones that made it, right?
Okay.
They're the ones that created it. So they were hanging out with Colby the night he got jumped, and they're at the restaurant, and they did a video on Instagram, and it's like, just press send. You can hear them, and it says it, and they're with Colby. And then when the video came out that showed Colby walking out of the restaurant, and you see a gentleman, you know, allegedly is Jorge Masvidal, run up from behind and swing on Colby. The guy from the Nelk boys who's walking with Colby slowly walks back the other way. I'm sorry, bro. If I'm out with you and I see somebody jump you, I'm gonna jump the fuck in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just shows that's not his boy, you know?
Exactly. So that's why a lot of people, and then Masvidal's agent, what's his name? Malky Kawa, I think, came out and said, on Twitter, thanks, Nelk boys. So that's why a lot of people were like, oh, the Nelk boys set up Colby. And even when the video came out where Colby was like surrounded by the police, and he goes, how did he even know I was here? He's talking to one of the Nelk boys, and they go, well, you were all over the internet right now. Yeah, Full Send. So that's the name of the podcast, is Full Send. So, you know, a lot of people think that the Nelk boys helped Masvidal set him up, but I think that's a bitch move from Masvidal, man. It's like Daniel Cormier and Ben Askren said. You had 25 minutes to legally punch this guy in the face.
Couldn't do it.
And you couldn't do it. Whether or not he talked about your kids, whatever, bro. It is what it is. It's the fight game. People say stuff about people's families. People say stuff about people's wives. All kinds of shit, right? And you're upset, so now you want to... And then there's videos that come out of old interviews where Masvidal's talking to Ariel Helwani. He goes, yeah, I'm known as the guy in Miami with the best sucker punch. And this interview was like 3-4 years ago. And Ariel Helwani goes, stop it. He goes, nobody's known for that. He goes, yeah. He goes, in the hood, you have to have a good sucker punch. Hey. He goes, you never tell somebody, meet me here and fight me, da-da-da-da. He goes, no, you sucker punch him. Because I have an awesome sucker punch.
That's where that, 2-piece and a Coke, or what was it?
Well, he didn't sucker punch 2-piece of the soda. He didn't sucker punch him. He walked up right to his face, and homeboy put his hands up, so Masvidal threw, the 3 punches. Pop, 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 pop.
I think he was going to do it anyways. Even if his hands weren't up, I think he was going to throw it anyways.
Probably. Yeah. But this one, you see in the video, he clearly runs up behind, sucker punches him 2-3 times, ran up, and then he had like 3-4 guys with him. So if you're as tough as you say, and you're that guy,
you don't have to sucker punch.
You know Colby's by himself. You don't have to sucker punch or run up there with 3-4 guys. Run up there by yourself, handle your business.
Yep.
But he bitched out.
Hey, it's just like that bowling alley with was it what's his name?
Who?
It was recent. The big fight in the bowling alley.
Oh, yes, with the rapper, the baby.
Yeah, and he needed his crew there to go fight, and then they couldn't even fight. The guy's pulling hair. Like, come on.
I will say this: the BMF title that Masvidal has, it no longer stands for baddest motherfucker. It's bitch motherfucker.
Well, I mean, he's lost 3 times now. I mean,
yep.
If you're if you're the baddest, you wouldn't lose 3 times in a row, especially immediately after the belt. So get rid of it.
I always said he wasn't that good. And I got to give shout out to my boy Fancy. He said the same thing. He said, hey, Masvidal got lucky with that knee. Other than that, what has he really, really done to capture the crowd? So, yeah, man, I think Masvidal's a bitch. I hope he fights next, beats his ass too. And he has to go fight in his own organization, because he's not good enough to find the UFC.
I mean, right now, he's just like Conor. He's been losing.
Oh, my God. You just couldn't. There we go.
After all this good stuff, he's been losing. He's been doing a bunch of dumb shit. Fights an old man. He can't win anymore.
That was a long time ago.
And then he probably shouldn't even fight in the UFC because he's just not. He's not that anymore.
He's got a titanium rod in his leg. A titanium rod. Come on now.
That he got in his last fight because he lost.
Because he broke his leg kicking.
And also, he just got arrested on Monday or this week.
First of all, that wasn't even a real arrest. All right. Did you see the video? Did you see the video?
Did he get arrested or not?
Yeah, for a traffic violation.
I mean, he can't.
Not for hitting somebody. That's like saying, oh, you ran a red light. We're going to arrest you. By the way, put this all over the internet. Okay. It's Conor McGregor. Okay. He ran a red light.
I have a question for you. Masvidal being a bitch for sucker punching somebody, or Conor McGregor punching an old man because he didn't like his whiskey? Who's more of a bitch?
Jorge Masvidal. At least Conor
You still wouldn't say Conor. I knew you wouldn't. Whatever.
At least Conor looked. At least he looked that man in the face.
Fuck your whiskey. Bam!
And punched him.
Damn it.
Look, man. Look. Real talk. That was a bitch move. You shouldn't punch an old man. I don't agree with that.
You shouldn't punch anyone just for not liking your whiskey.
Well, no, I don't know about that.
Wait, just because
if I made a whiskey
and it sucked,
some 14-year-old kid said, "Oh, this sucks," I'd slap him. I said, "Shut up, bitch! You don't even know what good whiskey is."
Why would a 14-year-old be drinking a whiskey anyways?
I don't know, Mike. Why does an old man drink whiskey? He should be drinking
you could have said
or something.
A brand new 21-year-old. You went 14.
I fucked a 21-year-old up too. Speaking of which,
I was trying to see where you were going to go with that statement.
No, man. Those are both bitch moves. You shouldn't sucker punch anybody like that, and you shouldn't punch old people. So both of them are bitch moves. The Conor thing, I think that was just the new one. I think that's just a perfect example of the Ireland police trying to make an example. I mean, it was a simple traffic violation. He wasn't even really speeding from what I seen. The video that came out showed people that were driving in front of him, like a couple lanes over, and they're like, the Mac. And he kind of comes into the frame, and then all of a sudden you hear the siren. So it was so maybe he switched lanes without a blinker. I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
But it was a piss poor reason to arrest him. That's an example of your reputation preceding itself. You're known to be an asshole, so now any little thing you do, they're gonna arrest you.
But at least he kept his cool, didn't go crazy, make it worse than it should have been. So yeah, maybe it's just something small happened. I can tell you though,
he could have lost his cool and kicked him in the head with this titanium leg.
and now he's jacked with steroids, apparently.
Whoa, buddy. You don't throw out steroid allegations unless you have proof. Do you have proof? My man is as clean as a whistle. He's as smooth as a pig.
I wouldn't say any of that, but I mean, he got jacked a lot faster than most people. So
all he could do was upper body workout. He couldn't do anything with his leg. He had his leg surgically repaired. All he could do was upper body. What do you expect him to do? Have you seen his workout regimen? Have you signed up for McGregor Fast? No, thank you. That stuff gets you jacked quickly, bro. Come on, bro.
Sounds like someone's part of Conor McGregor lover boy fanboy page. I mean, I don't know. Jeez.
Stop hating on McGregor.
You know what? I'm going to send Conor a tweet, probably an email, I don't know, something, and be like, look, this guy really loves you, and no matter what you do, he's by your side regardless.
Conor, come to the Ham Podcast, Conor.
Oh, no,
come
please
to the Ham Podcast. Mike, you shut your mouth. You'll do nothing. Dude, I'm
going to see hearts in your eyes, and you'd be like, you wouldn't even be able to talk anymore.
Everybody that's in here, go out to your social media, tag this to Conor McGregor. Conor, come on the Ham Podcast. We can do a full episode dedicated to whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about the whiskey. We can talk about your Ferrari yacht. We can talk about your upcoming fights, how you want to knock the head clean off of Usman. Whatever you want to talk about, Connor, you come on the Ham Podcast, and that show is yours that night, whatever time. You're here, buddy. Come on the Ham Podcast, Connor.
Now, no disrespect to Connor, but it's probably going to sound like it's disrespect. I think he loses that fight if he gets that fight. We already know he doesn't have a ground game. That's already been proven. So he's going to have to do a knockout punch.
Proven, Mike. It's been proven.
The last fight, he couldn't do anything off the ground.
Against who?
What's his face? The guy he's lost to already twice now.
You're talking about first of all, stop.
I can see his face.
Once. You're talking about Poirier.
Yeah,
and he only lost to Poirier once. The third fight was a no contest. It was a broken leg. That's a no contest.
God. Here we go.
All
no
right?
contest.
So they're 1-for-1.
Wait.
No contest.
No.
It was a doctor stoppage. Doctor stoppage.
I think it still counts as an L if you look at it correctly.
Mike,
you can call it whatever you want to call it. It still is an L.
Either way, and he still got up. Even when Poirier took him down, he still got up. And then did you see the interview that Khabib just did a couple weeks ago? He said Connor's wrestling was way better and Connor was way stronger than what he expected. He goes, I actually had to go to my third and fourth setup for a takedown to take Connor down. He goes, I thought going into that fight, my initial takedown would be enough. He didn't say Connor's name. He still won't. He says that guy. He goes, I thought my first takedown would be enough to take that guy down. Mm-hmm. He goes, he's way better at wrestling and way stronger than I expected. He goes, I had to go into my third and fourth chain of wrestling moves to get him down. So that tells you the best wrestlers, when everybody says Khabib is the best wrestler ever in the UFC, had to go to third and fourth takedown to get him down. So what does that tell you? Connor's wrestling is not horrible. It's just that you can when you're facing the best of the best when it comes to wrestlers, and that's all they want to do, eventually you're gonna get taken down, right? So again, with Usman, it's already shown. Masvidal caught him in one of their fights, right? Hurt him. Colby Covington wobbled him in both their fights. Okay. Gilbert Burns wobbled him in their fight. And guess what? Connor hits way harder and way cleaner than all three of those guys. So if Connor, and even everybody says it, Connor's timing and his precision is the best in the game. The fact that he can land on buttons where people can't land, he's the best in the game at that. These are fighters who hate him that admit this. So if he lands a clean shot on Usman, like Usman's been caught in all his fights, I think he knocks Usman out, bro.
Okay. So
now he has to land it.
Oh, yeah. If he lands it, okay, let's just say he doesn't land it and just rocks him. Once he recovers, he's going to go straight to the ground game, which is not Connor's best part of his game.
But how many times have you seen Connor rock somebody and not finish him? Honestly.
I mean, yes, he has rocked people. No. He has rocked people, has not finished, but he has finished more than not.
I don't mean to sound like an owl, but who?
What's his, damn it. You're going to put me on the spot. I can't think of his name.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
I can't think of his name right now.
I don't know, buddy.
One of the brothers. What do you call it? Nate Diaz. Yeah.
Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Mike, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How many people have finished Nate Diaz?
That's not what you said. You said
no. I get it.
You said who?
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. But how many people have finished Nate Diaz?
Not many.
And you know how many? I know how many.
0.
1.
Oh, 1? I thought it was 0. Okay.
1 guy. And that was Thompson. That was the punk. Thompson out of AKA, and he TKO'd him with the head kick in the UFC.
Okay.
Right? So I get it, man. But other than Nate, not even Masvidal could finish him with all those head kicks, right? The ref had to stop it due to the cut.
So I still win because I named him.
Yeah, all right. You got lucky.
Boom.
You got lucky. You couldn't even remember his name. One of the brothers? It was one of the brothers.
I said I could see his face. I just couldn't think of his name. And then I finally went Nick Diaz's brother. I figured you would tell me it was Nate. So yeah, it was good. Yes.
Pluto, I agree. Usman is a different breed. I was never an Usman fan. I'm still not a huge fan of his, right?
No,
personally,
he's not a fan.
But
period.
I got to give him his props. The man is good, and he's getting better, right? He's big, he's strong, he's fast. Great wrestling. The stand-up is getting better. And under Trevor Whitman, who's his new coach for his last 2-3 fights, his jab has looked phenomenal. That's the
Phenomenal.
thing. Yes, that's the thing that stands out about Usman is he has developed a jab that he's not putting it out there just to like rage, fucking Mike to get range. He puts it out there to stun people. So that jab is phenomenal. Whoa, don't lie. Wait a second. Stylebender has the best timing and accuracy. Mike, that's the end of the fucking show, Mike. End it.
No, we can keep going. We can add some time on the show. We're good.
Look, don't lie.
Extension.
Stylebender's timing and accuracy is great. It is. But it is not Conor McGregor level great. But here's the thing. I don't want to create any animosity where there doesn't need to be. They both have the same agent. They're both under Paradigm Agency, right? They're both the highest paid fighters. Conor's 1, Stylebender's 2. So that should tell you right there who's got the better timing and accuracy. Number 1 does. Thank you.
Also, I've been hearing people trying to compare, like if Usman and George St. Pierre fought, people think Usman would win. I personally don't think so, but I think it would be a really good fight, though.
Yes. Wait, say it again. Who?
George St. Pierre and Usman.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And you know, I'm a huge George St. Pierre fan.
That's my
original man crush, man.
That's your man crush, and then Conor's like your side piece.
Yeah, George is my main, and Conor's my side piece.
Yep.
If
damn, do I know I'm good at that?
Like if you would have taken Usman now and George 4 or 5 years ago, I say George wins. And I say George wins easily. His jab, his leg kicks.
No. I would say both in their prime, not like now.
Yeah, both in their prime.
Yeah.
George wins. George wins hands down. George's fight IQ is second to none.
Oh, yeah.
And the team that he had behind him, John Danaher was his main jiu-jitsu coach. Phil Nurse was his kickboxing coach. Greg Jackson and Faraz Zahabi were his 2 main coaches, his head coaches. That is a 4-piece of legendary coaches. John Danaher, I mean, I it breaks my heart to say it, right? Formerly the Death Squad, right? The guy's a leg lock master, right? Submission guru. And Danaher taught him just about everything he knows. And George still trains with him till this day, right? George was just in Austin. Yeah, I know. Breaking news. I'm letting y'all know. What's up, right? Pluto IL and myself saw this. George was in Austin training with Ryan Gordon and John Danaher, right? Training jiu-jitsu. So he still trains with Danaher. Phil Nurse is a kickboxing legend. So both in their prime, George whoops Usman's ass, destroys him. And I'm going to go a step further. Both in their prime, George beats the shit out of Khabib. George demolishes Khabib.
It's kind of hard.
Khabib wouldn't even land a takedown on George.
Yeah, I would say that's hard because George was an all-around, like, he would knock the crap out of you. He would kick the shit out of you. And then he would go and do whatever he did on the ground to you. Like, he was all around.
And you never knew what he was going to do.
Yeah.
When you thought he was going to punch, he kicked. When you thought he was going to kick, he took you down.
Yep.
He was never predictable.
Yep.
So, yeah, George is the greatest of all time. Right behind him is this one gets tough for me. If we're going to go greatest of all time, I have to go Spider and then John Jones.
Okay, yeah, I would say that. And I know you don't like John Jones, but...
Yeah, I don't. Yep. But those are my top 3 in that order. George, and then, you know what? I'm sorry. No, you know what? I'm not sorry. It ain't John Jones. Okay. Number 3 is Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse.
Oh,
what
okay,
Mighty Mouse did in the UFC, defending his belt 12 times, breaking the record of 10.
That was good.
Bro, nobody could touch the guy, and he fights this weekend.
And I give it Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock.
Hey, Ken's an OG of the game. You know, the other day I was watching UFC 1 with Ken Shamrock.
That was a bad boy.
UFC 1. Bro, Ken was a beast, man. Lion's Den.
I like Ken Shamrock, and then I was an Iceman fan.
Oh, yeah, you were a huge Chuck Liddell fan. That was your guy.
That was my man crush, Iceman.
Yep. Mike used to walk around the parties like that. just like the Iceman.
And then when he won, it was even worse. Everybody was probably like, "Shut the fuck up, sit down." I was like, "Fuck no, I'm Iceman, bitches."
Yep, Demetrius Johnson. That's right, Pluto. He's feeding Rodtang. He's fighting Rodtang tonight. You know, with the time difference, we'll see it tomorrow night.
Yep.
But or is it tonight? My bad. Could be tonight.
I don't remember.
For you all who doesn't know who Rodtang is, Rodtang, he is what's considered the greatest Muay Thai practitioner of like ever, like our generation ever. Rodtang is just like world class Muay Thai. So he's fighting Demetrius Johnson, who's an MMA fighter. So in one championship, which is the big organization in overseas in Asia, they're doing a mismatch. Yeah. First round is going to be Muay Thai only. Second round, MMA. Third round, Muay Thai. Fourth round, MMA. So people are saying, hey, if Demetrius Johnson can get past that first round of Rodtang's Muay Thai, he'll have a chance in the second round to take him down, lay elbows. So it's interesting. You got the best ever in Muay Thai versus one of the best ever of MMA. So
I would like to see that. I mean, even if I don't get to watch it, I like to watch some like highlights of it because that should be.
Oh yeah, it'll be all over YouTube. I can tell you that, man. The highlights will be all over. Also on that fight card, if I'm not mistaken, one of the young ladies who's probably considered one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners out there, best jiu-jitsu players, Danielle Kelly. She's fighting. Danielle Kelly is an up-and-coming, young, lovely, good-looking young lady. Very good-looking. She's only done jiu-jitsu. This is her first time in MMA, her first match.
Oh, yeah, I think we talked about her a few weeks ago, right? Yeah.
She's the one that slammed Carla Esparza. I was showing you where it busted the cut in the jiu-jitsu match. So Danielle Kelly's one of the best jiu-jitsu players out there. She's making her way into MMA on this card. That's going to be phenomenal. And then they have a throwback match. Shinja Aoki, one of the best MMA jiu-jitsu guys of all time out of Asia. Shinja Aoki. He's fighting. You remember Mike back in the day? He fought right around Chuck Liddell's time too. They called him Sexy Yama.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Shinji Aoki's fighting Sexy Yama tonight as well.
Oh man, that's me good.
It's a good card, man. It's a good card that one championship put together. So
yeah, if I knew that sooner, I would try to get it on so I can watch it. I mean, it's probably too late now, but
well, it doesn't start for about another 2.5 hours because of the time difference.
Oh, okay. That's Pluto just said that. I didn't see that. Sorry, Pluto. Yeah. My bad.
Remember, Pluto, he doesn't know how to read. So
dude, I gotta tell everybody my problems, bro.
So, hey, man, I loved it. We went a little bit off topic tonight, but you know what? I think it made for a fucking phenomenal show. I hope everybody out there has enjoyed it.
Yep, hope everybody enjoyed it. It was a great show. A lot of stuff going on with the NFL, so we had to do a lot of stuff with the NFL. We went with some MMA and some off-topic stuff. But you know what? I enjoyed every minute of it this time.
Love it. Pluto, I'm pretty sure it might be an MMA match. I have to double check it. But yeah, everybody, great show. Again, I apologize for last week, but we are back, baby. We are back and we're ready to kick ass.
Yep.
The Ham Podcast is back. Make sure you go to our Instagram, _H.A.M_podcast, the Twitter, _Ham_podcast. And then, of course, on our YouTube page, the Ham Podcast. Go subscribe on the YouTube. And then also our Twitch site. Follow us, the Ham Podcast, all one word, all lowercase. Guys, we're going to continue to bring the fucking heat every Friday night for you. Not for me, not for Mike, for you.
Yes, for all of y'all. Yeah, please put comments. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, any specific topics, please put it anywhere on any social media. We'll get it. We'll talk about those topics. But thank you all for watching tonight. Enjoy y'all's weekend. Enjoy y'all's Friday night.
Maybe we'll do a little bit of, what's it called, Mike? ASM or something, where they lick the mic?
I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I mean, you could do that on when I'm not here, so that's good. So enjoy John's licking. I don't know. Right. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy y'all's night. Have a great weekend.
Have a great Friday night, everybody.
Peace, everybody. Peace.
Hey, remember, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Says who?
Says the homies.
I don't know. I don't know. All right, guys. Catch y'all later.